Okay, I have a RavPower product, and I've reviewed products for them before. This is a 15 watt RP SCO2 foldable dual port USB solar charger, which also supports iSmart, which is for the USBs to make sure things get the optimal current for them and don't overcharge. It's a decent size, but it is still very portable. It's 44 by 31 by 26. It has iSmart charging ports. Both USBs are iSmart compatible. Both USBs are iSmart charging ports, so they auto deliver the optimal charging current to make sure everything's optimal and also you don't get any overcharging. It has a maximum of 2 amps per USB or a total of 3 amps. It's high durability, so it's water and rust resistant, so it's really great for outdoor use, which is primarily what this is for. It's to be portable, to take on with you on, say, holiday or camping or whatever. Set it up, or even it's good for just a simple thing as going, say, for a picnic to the park. And maybe you're going to be a long time and you're not sure if you've got enough battery or whatever, or you're going to be there a long time using your phone or whatever a lot. Just take it with you, set it up on the ground next to you, and let it keep charging your phone. So you don't have to worry about your GPS or your phone or whatever the device is running out and being caught in the middle of nowhere, as long as there's plenty of sunlight. In fact, it will work reasonably well, just slower with all the panels getting full light. I was actually very, very impressed by this because I actually had it out in the sun, but in quite a lot of shade. So only 1 out of 3 panels had a lot of direct sunlight on it, and the other panels were pretty much in shade. And I plugged in my Android smartphone, and it was at 70% when I started, and I didn't turn it off because if you turn off your mobile phone, it's probably going to charge faster because most mobile phones will charge while it's turned off. But I just had it turned on and on standby, so basically if you hit the button it would be on the lock screen, so it would be a slower charge, yet it did pretty well. It charged it in about an hour, about 55 minutes, but that is pretty much just using one solar panel and with the device turned on. So if you were able to get this with full coverage of all 3 screens and you had your mobile phone turned off while you're not using it, it actually go charge pretty fast. Because I was very skeptical of this because I'm skeptical of solar panels, and I expected this not to perform as well as it did. I expected that you would need all 3 to be covered in light to even get it to work at all. But that's not the case. Only one panel was saturated in sunlight, and it still did a decent job, although a little bit slow, but decent job of charging a mobile phone from 70% to 100 with the phone on and not all the panels covered. So if you can get this out in the sun with you out camping outside or out at the park, where you're probably going to have all 3 covered in sunlight, then it's going to be very fast. I just wanted to throw as much as possible at this when I tried it. I wanted to only use one panel and have the phone left on standby, because a lot of people might leave their phone on standby so they can get notifications and it can ring if somebody wants to call them. So I left the phone on, and I had as much of it in shade as I could, and it actually performed really well. I thought it'd be much worse. I thought if not all the panels were covered in sun, it wouldn't even charge at all, but that isn't the case. It did very well, really. In the box, there's of course. There is 4 hooks. So if you can see the picture on the box, I'm not sure how clear it is on camera, but there are little hook holes so you can kind of join them together to hold them up so they don't fall over. But I actually didn't use those. I found, at least on the surface I put it on, it stood upright very well on its own. And I think that's actually the best way, is to have it not like it got in this picture, because that's just to show it off. I'll show you in a minute. But to have it actually standing upright, or just laying flat on the ground, like I've seen a picture on Amazon where it's just flat on the ground. I think either flat on the ground or having it upright is best. Some diagram pictures show it kind of folded like a triangle. I don't think that's actually the best way to use it, to be honest. As you can probably see on the back of the box here, it's kind of folded like a triangle. I don't think that's going to work as well. I don't like it kind of set like that. Plus, I don't think you go get sun on all three anyway with it in that kind of position. So I'll show you how I think it's best to have it rigged up in a minute when I take it out. But before I do, let's see what it says on the back of the box. It just says smart charging technology, reliable charging, high energy conversion, solar panel, foldable design, easy to carry, durable, water resistant nylon cover, output 5 volt, 3 amp maximum, and then it has some support emails. That's about it. Now here is the front of it. It will unfold in a minute. Here's the hooks that you can use, some of them up here and then the other corner. It says RavPower reliable affordable value solar charger. Now in this portion here of the fold, this front section here is where the two USBs are you can take out, and you can also slide in your mobile phone. You won't be able to put anything too big, like I say, a tablet in there, but you can put a external battery or a smartphone inside, so while it's charging, your device isn't in direct sunlight and might damage it, or if it's an external battery, could even possibly explode. Hopefully not. So I do recommend, if you're using this, so you don't have your device just left sat out there right in the hot sun, especially on a summer's day, that you tuck it in there, and it does go in, just sort of slides in and works great. Now here, as you can see, is the other side of that bit I was just looking at. Has some instructions there. Then in here it's a Velcro, and the two chargers just dangle out. And that's where you can also slip your phone or battery in there where it's charging to take it out of direct sunlight. So you plug it in one end there, plug your device using this standard female USB-A end there, plug it in, then tuck your device in there. Now, how I recommend you have it set is like this. I hope you can see that quite well. It's a little bit hard to tell because when I'm looking at this small, like 2.5, 3-inch screen on my camera, it looks like you can't really see any details, but when I'm editing, it's fine, so hopefully this will be fine. But basically, you can see the solar panel there, and there's one there, then there's a slip with the USBs and where you put the phone in to keep out of sunlight. So I'd recommend you sort of sit it up like that, kind of like almost in the shape of a box, and you have the panels outwards, the solar panels outwards, facing the sunlight. So if the sunlight, say, coming from the direction of the camera, you could have it like that, sprawled out like that in the direction of the sunlight, or like that as a bit more of a box, though I recommend you have it sprawled out a little bit more like that to hopefully catch it. But basically just try to arrange it so the sunlight is hitting as many of the panels and as brightly as possible. Or if it's a really sunny day and it's kind of coming from any direction, it seems fine, you could even just lay it flat down. Just lay it flat down with the solar panels facing upwards, up to the sky, like that. But if you did want to arrange it in, if you are having trouble with it standing upright, like I had a minute ago, there are those hooks you can use in the little holes to keep it all in position and standing upright. I've not found that's necessary, but it depends if the surface you're putting it on is a little bit kind of uneven, in which case maybe you'll have trouble getting this to stand up. In which case you have two options. You can either have it flat to the ground with a solar panel facing up skywards, which I think will work absolutely fine. Or if the sunlight's coming from a particular direction, you need it to stand up, there are the hooks. Here's one of the stainless steel hooks, there's 4 of them. It comes with 18 months of warranty, which is pretty good. The website is ravpower.com. So I'm just going to take a little look in the manual here to make sure there's nothing of importance I haven't already mentioned. But basically, my impressions is it's very good. I was actually very shocked and impressed by how well this worked. I'm very skeptical of these solar chargers. Like, I had a wireless keyboard for a computer once. It had a little solar charging panel on it and it never charged, never worked right. This one, it works so well. Yes, it was a little slow doing 30% on my phone, but that was with the phone turned on and only one panel in sunlight, and it's the first time I've used it. So yeah, considering there was very little light and it was getting a bit dull out, it actually worked very, very well. So if you're skeptical of solar panels, if you need a little portable solar panel thing to keep your mobile phone charged when you're out camping or out at the park or whatever, I do recommend it. It's a little bit big, but it's not too big. It is still portable and it's quite lightweight. It's about a size, I would think, about the size of a tablet. So it's just like carrying another tablet or whatever with you. So it's very portable. Now anyway, let's see if there's anything in here that you might need to know. As I've mentioned, it's 15 watt. It's 5 volt by 2 amp plus 5 volt, 1 amp. So one is a 2 amp, one is a 1 amp with a maximum of 3 amps if you're using both. Its dimensions, well unfolded, is 810 by 260 millimeters, or its dimensions when it's folded up is 260 by 190 millimeters. Its weight is 677 grams, or 23.9 ounces. Now, bear in mind that the device I was charging was a very cheap Android phone that costs around about £30 in UK. So, as it says in this book about charge fast, charge smarter, iSmart, it says not all devices are created equal. Each device has a different charging rate dependent upon the manufacturer's specifications. This means charging speeds will vary depending upon your charger and the outlet, sometimes doubling your charging time. Imagine charging your device at 100% optimal speed all the time. This is what the latest RavPower technology offers by intelligently detecting the charging needs of any connected device. iSmart products automatically deliver an output to match each specific product perfectly, allowing you to maximize efficiency with zero limitations. Charge your device the iSmart way. And I have had other products by RavPower, such as War USB chargers, not solar ones, but War USB chargers that have had iSmart ports. So iSmart is quite handy. I like that. It says to charge, just unfold the RavPower solar charger and place the panels under direct sunlight. Connect the device to the solar charger, which is very simple. You put the one USB end into one of those little USB ends that fold out, and then of course the other end into your device, such as your smartphone. Then you can tuck your smartphone or your external battery or whatever it is, as long as it ain't too huge, inside that little fold to keep it out of sunlight so it doesn't overheat, doesn't get hot, doesn't break, doesn't explode, nothing like that. I think that's a really nice touch. And like I said, one of the ports that you can plug your device into on this is 2 amp and one is 1 amp. And one of the things it says in the frequently asked questions is, what if my device needs an input current of 1 amp? What would happen if I plug it into a 2 amp port on the solar power charger? Will it damage my device? And that is a great thing about iSmart technology. It says, thanks to iSmart, the output will deliver exact current that is required to fully charge your device. Hence, it will never exceed the maximum current of your device and keeps your device safe. So if you have a device that charges with 1 amp and you plug it into the 2 amp on this solar charger, it won't wreck your device. That's a great thing about iSmart. One of the other things it says in frequently asked questions, which I basically said already, though, is it says, can I charge an external battery, such as one of my RavPower external batteries, with the solar charger? And it says, yes, please make sure to put the RavPower external battery, though, in the nylon pocket to keep it out of direct sunlight. So definitely if you're charging an external battery, not just a RavPower one, any external battery, definitely make sure it's in that, tucked away in that pocket, because I know batteries really don't like direct sunlight. So, okay, I'm actually going to wrap up now. That it wasn't a huge amount to show or explain, so it's probably a shorter video than I normally would make. But there isn't really much to say. It's a great device, basically. I was really shocked by how well it worked, because I honestly expected that all 3 panels have to be saturated in sunlight, really bright sunlight, to get it to even really basically work, even just to give it a basic charge. However, with just one covered, and it wasn't the hottest or brightest day that we've had recently, it was like, we have had actually some brighter days recently here. It's one of the less bright days. with just one solar panel covered in light and not on the brightest, hottest day we've been having lately either, it actually charged it really well, reasonably quick. I was actually quite impressed. And I love how it's water and dust resistant because obviously you're primarily going to be using this outside. So it's really made to be usable with water and dust resistant outside. It's great for outdoors, has a nice pocket to tuck your phone or especially your external battery in if that's what you're charging. So it's out of direct sunlight, doesn't get hot, doesn't ruin or explode or anything like that. It feels and looks nice quality. It has 4 hooks so you can hook it together if you're having trouble keeping it propped up. It's just really, really nice, very high quality, works absolutely extremely well. Love how it's got iSmart technology to avoid overcharging a 1 amp device, really good. This is a device that I would not normally buy. In fact, I did get it sent to me by the company to review, but I would actually consider putting money out for this myself now because I wouldn't normally buy something like this because I just figure it won't work well because I haven't had good experiences with solar chargers before. But this does actually do the job. It works well, good quality. I highly recommend it. Its price is £35.99 in the UK. It's about £36 in the UK with a recommended retail original price of $89.99. In the US, it's $49.99, so it's about $50 in the US with a recommended retail price of $79.99. It's roughly £35 in the UK or $50 in the US. Really good, especially if you go out a lot. Very handy to have a solar way to charge your mobile so you don't get caught out in the middle of nowhere. It could really, really be very useful. I really recommend it. A link will be in the description. Please like and comment on this video. If you could do me a huge favour and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as that will help me out a lot. Also, if you're watching this as a review on Amazon, please hit the useful or helpful button along with this review. That will help me out a lot too. Thanks for watching.